What's good, everybody? Welcome to Third Coast Sports TV. I'm your host, Wink Man, and today we're gonna get into this post-game reaction about the Houston Texans and the Buffalo Bills. Just ended a couple hours ago. I'm gonna wait for a few more of you guys to go ahead and get in so we can have some post-reaction thoughts. And can't wait to talk about this game. It was an up and down game. Guys weren't really performing, to the heights of their abilities. Play calling was kind of scattered at times. Um, you know, what's going on, Berkeley boss? What's going on with it? Yeah, a couple of things, just didn't go the right way. A couple of play calls weren't executed. Um, it's a few things that we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get and talk, in touch with, man. I'm gonna try to make this video about 30 minutes. Um, how's the Astro game going right now? O-line was very terrible. What's going on, Bichelle? It was absolutely atrocious today, from the interior and the tackles. That's the most disturbing win I've ever seen. It's one of. Now, honestly, this isn't the worst win we've had. That first game we had with Jacksonville in 2016, where Brock Osweiler won with like 90 something yards. And how was the Jacksonville and Cowboys game going right now? Because I haven't tracked it. So somebody put the score in the chat. And what's going on, Danny? 40-7. Kenneth, what's going on? Tevin, what's going on with it? Jay Bird, what's going on? Oh, we're not gonna do all the spamming, man. Yeah, but they definitely boo-boo. Oh my God, 40-7. Like, I know, man, Skip Bayless finna have a field day. He finna feel like they really done something, But then he gonna go back and look that they couldn't do nothing. But what does that really say about the Jaguars' defense? It's a few things we're gonna be able to get in that, but I think I'll end up talking about that and do another, post game or something like that tomorrow. I'll probably do another breakdown, but I just wanted to do one tonight while everything was still fresh. What's going on, Homer? We the first. No, we're not. We won't be first. The Titans are still first because they beat us and they beat Jacksonville. They're 2-0 in the division, so they'll be number one. We're number two. And if the Jaguars lose this game because we beat the Cowboys and a couple other teams, it'll end up putting them right behind us because they haven't won in the division. They'll be 0-2 in the division. So they'll be third if they drop. Well, the game is over. So they lost two starting wide receivers. Who did they lose? Did they lose Cole? Please tell me they lost Cole. Jay, what's going on, big dog? Everybody, welcome to the stream, man. I appreciate everybody coming through. They lost Chark? Whoa, this win was shitty. Oh, absolutely. They lost Chark. And please tell me they lost Cole, or please tell me they lost Dede Westbrook. It really doesn't matter. Because if they lost both of them, then you know what? I'm not even gonna get ecstatic about the Jaguars losing because they'll bring somebody up. DJ Chark and what type of injuries did they have? What type of injuries did they have? Anybody know? Yeah, I'm glad we won too, but we're 3-3. And things can start shaping up. But we're gonna get into a few things. But I'm gonna wait for a few more of y'all to go ahead and come on in here. I just sent the link on Twitter and everything like that. Just make sure all the guys from the round table go ahead and get on in here. So we can go ahead and give a few points about this football game. Yeah, hold on. What is it, baby? You thirsty? Okay, I'll get you a drink in a second. Matter of fact, I'll get you a soda in a second. Give me a second. Mariota has been sacked 11 more times in completions. Oh my God, he got sacked 11 times against the Ravens today. Jesus.
Oh, hi, Daddy.
Yes, hey, I'm doing a video. Here y'all go. Oh, you going to take that one? Take that one. Take that one. And y'all share this one. When you're done, share this one. Yeah. Y'all take this in there and y'all drink it together and don't spill anything. Now go in your room and close that door.
Okay.
Sorry about that, everybody. So, Go Watson, what's going on? Shark is a collarbone. Ooh, that's bad. Yeah, Mariota's trash. We tried to tell Titans fans he was trash. They didn't want to believe us. They ain't want to, but they was surprised. Wink, I'm ready for the blessed. Man, I can't wait to see your video, Tenny. When you do a video and when you look at the cap, and I got a link I'll be able to send you so you can watch the full game. Basketball season is back. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be back, man. How much time is left in the Jazz game anyway? Is why is it not over yet? You want a Sprite? No, I ain't had no Sprite. Ain't had nothing but Sun Kids Orange up in there. Um, let's see. Let's see what y'all talking about. Calais Campbell not 100%. Yeah. What's his call was saying that Braylon was saying that in the stream that Calais Campbell was on the ground and all kind of things early on in this game. So I wouldn't get too excited because we've had this situation in I don't know how many games this year, and dudes have been out and have not played injured, and other guys have came up, stepped up in their place, and outperformed the actual starters when it comes to playing the Houston Texans. So if I was y'all, I would not get too excited. I know Yannick is balling. I know that. That's part of. I'm scared for Watson next week. Yeah, I am too because it's a divisional game. Like 30 seconds left. Okay, so the game over. Why don't they just go ahead and kneel the ball because it ain't nothing else that they can do. I mean, who was getting ate up in this game? Was Jalen Ramsey, Boye getting ate up? The second, I mean, the safeties. What was going on? Bet. Yeah. Yeah, I can't. What's going on, Wise? What's good, Tenny? Yeah, I can't wait to see y'all videos on this shit, bro. Because this game right here was not good. Don't etch you. Okay. Y'all know Yannick is not underrated. Real football fans know exactly who he is. I mean, even the national media, they talk about him. So, I mean, it's not like Boye and Church. Oh, really? Hmm. Maybe we're going to have to. I mean, hopefully we can exploit that next week. But, that guy, he knows this offense very well. So, we'll end up seeing what goes on. Beasley went off in the slot. That's crazy. Jalen hanging his head low. Yeah. Ramsey knee out of there. What, he got hurt? Ramsey got hurt? Because if Ramsey not playing, I don't care who on their defense next week. If Ramsey ain't playing next week, then that's definitely gonna bode well for this defense because um, nobody, they don't have anybody behind Bouye and Ramsey. We need to be worried about. Cool, Amber. What's going on with you, man? Oh, I'm gonna be on for. I only been on for like 7 minutes, bro. You ain't really missed nothing. You ain't really missed nothing. But I want to get into this football game. J.K. Low key back to his old form. No, he been back to his own form like 3 weeks ago. He's been back. Jalen looks like he was about to cry. Oh, really? Broderick, what's going on, big dog? I'm thinking about dropping Fuller in fantasy. He hasn't given me any points lately, and I want Kiki instead. Bro, that has. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it right now. You could still pick up Kiki without letting him go. I'm pretty sure you got somebody else who isn't better than Kiki on your backups. These Cowboys doing the McGregor walk. His knee is sprained. He hurt it again, but he good. Oh, okay. David Price back-to-back walks. 1 out. He will. Yulee up. His knee is just banged up. He's not 100%, but he will play. Okay. I hope the Chiefs lose. Is defense back to 2015? Absolutely not, because we had the corners to compensate that, even though the corners in the secondary did play very well in this football game. I would ask y'all for likes, but if y'all really fuck with me, y'all don't have to be told to hit the like button. So, yeah, that's how that situation is going to go. The sound is low? Okay, yeah, my volume was down a little bit. You know how my volume does because I don't have my earphones in. And plus, I need to go ahead and plug this phone back up before the damn stream ends on my battery dying. I need to do that, like, right now. Because I can't put it in my headphones because my phone not charged up. Plus, the damn airport lost my, they messed up my headphones and they lost my little, adapter for my headphones when I was traveling. You've been preaching how we need to run more pass with plays, more intermediate routes. I think that is the key to beating them. Bro, it's the key to beating every single team that we face this year. It's not one team It's not one team that if we just do three-step drop backs, if we just go, if we just make quick throws, we have the talent to beat any team that we face this year. We easily could be 6-0, but we're not with 3-3. I'll take it at the moment, but it's definitely some things that Bill O'Brien needs to make in his game plans going forward if Deshaun Watson is not in rhythm. It doesn't make any sense that we shouldn't have ran the ball way more than we did today. What it do? What's going on? Dallas took care of them Jags. Yeah, I'm glad to see it. Welcome to the stream. What it do? Unless that's you, man up. It's probably man up. That is you, man up. Let me know if that's you, so I can give you your own shout out. Because Kenny Cologne losing me fantasy games. Chopped and screwed again. Wink. What you mean? You talking about the stream? Is the stream chopped and screwed, or are you talking about the sound? Because the sound, y'all probably gonna end up just having to deal with that. Because I don't have what's it called? The AFC South is trash. The Ravens smashed and dashed the Titans. Yeah, everybody in the division lost today except for us. Sound good on your end? Okay. I don't want to go to the playoffs and get blown out. Yeah, I don't want, but at the end of the day, somebody kind of brought that up in the stream when we were on with Honcho tonight, and honestly, that's really out of our control, bro. The coaches and the players got all to say so. As fans, we really don't. What can we really do or say about that? The stream, but you good now? Okay. How's the sound? Has the sound been going in and out like how it was before, or is it sounding okay? Y'all let me know. We're not gonna get blown out. I mean, who's to say, bro? Deshaun looked unsure. Yeah, he did. He looked unsure because at the end of the day, it was some things pre-snap he didn't read. It was it was a couple of plays where he easily could have motioned Lamar Miller on the other side. And if you really go back and look at the game, most of the blitzes that got in, they came in from both sides, but most of the ones that came in from the left side happened because Lamar Miller wasn't on that side to block. So if he motions and he puts Lamar Miller, he switches the play around and he puts Lamar Miller on the other side, or Alfred Blue when he was in situations to be in the game to block for Deshaun Watson, you easily could have somebody who could come up and pass pro. But that didn't happen, so that's one of the things I can definitely fault for Deshaun Watson and him holding on to the ball and making that dumbass interception before the half was totally unacceptable. I did not like it. I was raging. And I was like, nobody was even in the backfield. And why would you even trust Ryan Griffin with two people draped over him in that situation because he's 6'6"? I didn't trust him in that situation. So I don't know. I mean, he needs to clean that up because I'm willing to hold him accountable as well. I bet we're all Dallas fans today. Hell yeah. And somewhat, only for this game, only when they're going against the divisional opponents, I'll be a fan of them. Hopefully they beat everybody else in the division. The way that's one game nobody can hang on us, and that's a game that we have an edge that we have over everybody. Because early on, it was looking like we might not beat the. It was looking like we wouldn't beat Philadelphia, but I'm not so sure. We might end up beating Philadelphia when the time has come. Who knows though? We'll see. Put it up to your mouth. You can't hear me? What's going on? What's going on, mama? Watson playing with an injury, give him a pass. No, you can't I can't fully give him a pass because if he was good enough to play, you play on the football field. There was no reason for him to be in some of the situations that he was. When you on the field playing, the fact that you had an injury, all that stuff goes out of the window. You can't have it one way, when a guy's hurt, but then when a guy can play on the field and he's still dealing with an injury and he performs badly, you still have to uphold him to a healthy player. What's going on, Eric? Look at our schedule, Tina. Yeah, we got a nice little schedule. I miss you too. Mom. Yeah, decision making was poor today, Wise. I mean, it is what it is. Today he had a bad game. I'm pretty sure he can rectify it. I don't think this is going to be Deshaun Watson's season. I really just think that it was a few things that he definitely needs to clean up on his own end because he can only worry about what he can control. He can control pre-snap reads. He can control the line of scrimmage. He can control motion, and he can control the play calls if he doesn't agree with the head coach's calling and he sees something pre-snap. If you need to, if you need to make adjustments, you be the one to make them. Because at the end of the day, Bill O'Brien is not on the field playing football. Jay Bird, you on that nonsense that keeps bums like O'Brien around longer than they need to. Okay, but everybody agrees with you on what? I don't even know what you said, and we know we do not have the easiest schedule. That's just what pundits like to say because of um, past year's record. You can't compare a last year record to how teams are playing this year. The Bills should have won this game, just like the Cowboys should have won, and just like the Colts should have won the season prior. Jay Bird agreed with you. Talk to you later. Okay, mom. I'll talk to you later. I'll give you a call when I can. I'll give you a call. Um, the Deshaun Watson game includes him running what makes him so dangerous, and since he's injured today, which he couldn't run, I think that was a plethora. I think that's a couple of things when you really take in consideration. Because right before the game, a tweet and information was sent out that Bill O'Brien specifically did not want Deshaun Watson running, and that was really at the detriment of his team's success today because Deshaun Watson couldn't be effective on the ground. I mean, you can tell Deshaun Watson wanted to run, but it was kind of a point that Honcho made when a caller had called in and made the point that maybe he just wanted to show, okay, this is what happened when I don't run. You know what I'm saying? So if you really was getting any second thoughts that you was gonna put Brandon Wheaton or any other quarterback in here, is not really not really the right move. Good volume now has room to so many runs. Damn, this bitch, you just had to cut this shit up. If you're not gonna allow him to run, then why is he on the field? Absolutely, because at the end of the day, him being a factor on your run, being a factor on the run in the running game is only gonna help the defense respect the actual run when it happens. And we didn't run enough play action today. We didn't run the ball enough today when it was actually effective, and it was actually a positive side of the offense. When we were running the ball with Alfred Blue and Lamar Miller today, things were happening to us. And we're struggling against trash teams. Hey, we get wins against them too, but at the end of the day, we should not be struggling the way that we are, and we should be blowing these teams out. And yeah, he did miss a couple of deep balls. He didn't really throw a lot of deep balls this game. And and the Bills defense is top 10. I was trying to tell people last week, when people were asking me earlier this week when I was on Honcho Stream, because I've been off for a few days, and when people were asking how do they feel about the Bills defense, and when they asked me specifically how I feel about them and who you should bet this game on, I say you should bet the game on Houston for a couple of reasons. For one, the Bills don't win in Houston, which they didn't. And two, a lot of the factors that ended up plaguing them, like, I mean, let's be real. They lost because of the last couple of play calls, and they lost. And the last couple of interceptions that he threw late in the game. That's the main reason they lost. But let's be real. The main reason they lost was because of penalties. Penalties and special teams put them in positions that they could not come back from. The special teams I haven't seen the special teams play this well in some time now. This was looking like it was going to be a complete game on both sides. The defense played exceptionally well today, but I'm willing to say that they left seams wide open in the middle of the field that just makes me uncomfortable if a better quarterback comes in. You cannot play like this, and you cannot leave better receivers in the league with situations in the middle like that of this defense, because the defense is going to end up making big plays against us. Thanks to my dude, 830 here. Okay. Retweeted wise. Is that allowing, it's like not allowing Russell Wilson to run just because he got a sack loss. Exactly. 3 Pro Bowls, second place. I completely agree. And if that wasn't evidence to most Texans fans that the Bills defense is trash, this game right here showed you, man, they got a ferocious pass rush. They cannot be taken lightly. And I don't even think the Bills are completely out of the woods just because they lost this football game. I think they'll be able to bounce back, and they'll probably do some things in their own division. I don't think they'll beat the Patriots, but in terms of everybody else, it's no reason that they should not blow out the Jets or the only reason why they don't beat the Jets or the Dolphins is strictly because I mean, let's just be honest. They don't have the offense to compensate what their defense can do. Once they get that offense, which is what they should spend their whole off season fixing, if they ever get their offense right and they get these quarterbacks the right weapons, and you get somebody else other than Shady to make plays on that offense, this team will be lethal. And we all saw they if they get receivers on that football team, some top flight receivers, like if they had a player like Will Fuller or Kiki on their team, man, the Bills would be nice. But that's not their situation right now. In all honesty, we have 3 wins because of certain aspects of our opponent's imperfections. You're absolutely right. And let's be real, 2 of them were coaching decisions in a row. And, it was a late game interception, and the defense came up big when we needed the defense to come up big. And they came up big for us twice on 2 consecutive drives. JJ with that pick six, and then Kareem put the icing on the cake with that last interception, to take them out of range, and they couldn't get anything done, and we nailed the ball out to win. So I appreciate them for that, and the fact that the defense held them to 13 points, I'm glad of that because we're not really giving up as many points as we were early in the season over the last few weeks. The defense is limited in the amount of points that they're actually letting opponents hang up on them, but that has been you know, because of coaching decisions on the other side, as well as play calls, execution, and a lot of things that plague this football team. I don't. I think it's been a matter of talent for other teams as well, because clearly Dallas didn't have the talent to compensate to get that win the other week. Um, Andrew Luck made his talent look way better than they actually were. And let's just be real. Who do we have to worry about besides the running backs in this Bills game? We didn't have to worry about anybody. We stopped the run. We were stopping the run the whole game. Shady broke out on a couple of big runs. They kept trying to churn him out there, but at the end of the day, they really couldn't get Shady going the way that he could have gone if we weren't disciplined in the run game. So I definitely want to give the run defense a definite shout out because they played their hearts out today. DJ Reader, Zach Cunningham, Bernardrick McKinney, Angelo Blackson, Clowney, Watt, Merciless, everybody played up the track, and Sharice Wright is straight buns. Anybody that ever talked this dude up and made it seem like he was the truth and that he was a good pickup, bro, anytime any Texans fan gets solid, when we pick up any corner over the last couple of weeks, and they think that the Kayvon Webster, people thought that he was going to do something. He gets one play and gets hurt for the rest of the season. We knew he was going to be trash anyway. Sharice Wright, nobody thought that he was going to do nothing but, so-called fans that don't really know football. If you were pumping these guys up, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. H-Train, what's going on? Brock Osweiler, 380, 3 touchdowns. Houston plays him. Yeah, it's weird how that game, it's weird how it goes, bro. It's weird how it goes. You can't really say what a player is going to do because they always play better once they leave Houston. He had 2 interceptions, though. Yeah, and they didn't win the game. So, I mean, his stat line doesn't really mean anything when he couldn't even win. So, he didn't get the W. That's what I'm yes, we need to trade for Patrick Peterson, Danny. Absolutely. Oh, they did win. Oh, they did win. Oh, I thought they lost. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, I hope we trade for Patrick Peterson too, but I know we won't. You know why? Because Brian Gaines is the GM. So when you have a GM who's going to make the decisions and be in a position to build the football team, the fact that if Rick was here, I'm a clearly say if Rick was here, he had a chance to go out to go get a player like Patrick Peterson, and Patrick Peterson came out the same year that J.J. Watt came out, and you could have both of those players on the same roster with Honey Badger, and Kareem has been playing very well with Justin Reed, and with the exception of maybe the Colts game. Jonathan Joseph hasn't really been a detriment to this team. Yeah, Romeo Cornell plays off a lot, but that's his call. That's not the player's call. So the players are being put in a position by Romeo Cornell not to make as many plays and not playing press coverage and bump and run situations like they should be doing. We need the Ravens GM to slide down. You goddamn right. Ozzie Newsome would do wonders for this football team. If we get P2, we need to keep at it. I think we're doing that anyway, and we're going to have the money to do that anyway, Jay. I mean, in 2020, we're going to end up having $124 million in cap. And y'all heard that first right here. We've already checked into the cap situation for the Texans for the next couple of years. And next year we're gonna end up having like 65 million plus what we're gonna end up rolling. So it's gonna be more like 80 if we don't really use any cap that we have for this season plus the increase. So we more than likely gonna end up having like 90 million next season, and then the season after that is gonna get another increase. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna spend all the money in free agency this next off season. You're gonna have more money to roll over, and we were already gonna end up having 124 million in cap for 2020. So, I mean, Brian Gaines is in a very good situation to get great football players, give them decent contracts, and not overextend certain guys' welcome on this football team. If they can play, they can play. If they can't, don't give them no contract. We don't need any more Chantrell Hendersons. We don't need any more Kayvon Websters. We don't need any more stopgap options who are not going to make any impact on this football team. And Ozzie Newsome is retiring. When he retiring? Where y'all getting this from? Did he say that, or y'all saying what somebody else said? Um, I would do a second and a fifth for Pat Pete. That would be my exact trade right there. I couldn't agree with you more. After this season, he said that. What? Really? Damn, that's crazy. He been their GM forever. He been their GM forever. That's crazy. Oh well. By a last second field goal. Aswell only has like 3 games where he can hang his hat on. Yep. Wow, that's crazy. That's absolutely ridiculous. Man, that's crazy. Well, I mean, he may reconsider. He may reconsider, depending on if he promised his wife or his children or something like that. Because if the Ravens end up going to the playoffs, how can he? How can he truly retire? I think the way that this defense and the way that this team is getting now, I don't think unless he grooms somebody personally that he knows they can take over the organization and make the right deals and have a good concept of knowing what type of players to draft for the Baltimore Ravens. I don't think he can leave right yet. I really don't. I don't think it would be in his best interest. But at the end of the day, if he's ready, he's ready. Let me see what y'all talking about. What's happening with the Astros? I don't know. I thought this game was gonna go to overtime. I did too to go Watson. It was funny. I said it first, then next thing you know, I saw Brett Coleman say it like minutes later after I said it. You know what I'm saying? And it was looking like it was gonna end up going that way, and it just wasn't gonna be no sight to see. What's the score? I don't know, Tenny. It's only the first inning. Don't panic. Honcho owe me sauce. 2-0. It's 2-0 already. Honcho owe me sauce. Shit, he probably gonna owe me some more sauce after this. Oh, that ain't bad. Are they up 2-0 or are we up 2-0? Because if we up 2-0 in the first inning already, then this game gonna be a blowout. Oh, they up, bro. They were up a couple of games. The last game, and at the end of the day, I wouldn't panic at all. Astros down 2 in the first. Sauce on layaway. Honcho be late on the sauce and shit. I'd be like, bro, I'm sending shit, bro. I don't be getting no sauce. I be getting sauce to my other account. But Cole pitching poorly. Okay. I'm losing by point 0.5 fantasy. Still got Hill playing tonight, bro. You ain't got nothing to worry about if you got Hill playing tonight. What are you worried about? I haven't been. You know what? Even though I wanted to play fantasy, I don't even have 35 teams like I've tended to do over the last 3-4 years. I normally have all of my leagues filled all the way up to the brim. And to be honest, I went weeks without even changing anything. I'd be like, oh, I had this player in. You know what I'm saying? It didn't adjust things. I don't know. This year, I think it was because I've been solely worried about the Texans and a lot of things that they got going on. I haven't even really worried about what these guys are going. But what I want to get into, man, is just some of the pros and cons of this football team. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and start with the pros because it isn't really that many. I can say that the defense and the special teams played astounding. Field position was very good from the moment that we had, with the exception of one whiff by Trevor Daniel. That it was kind of a short kick that he ended up having like in the second or third quarter. But I don't think the Bills made anything of that drive, so it really didn't count against him anyway. But he's been spectacular for us. Brendan Scarlett stepped up big time. The other guy, that number 50, he ended up blocking that punt, and Brendan Scarlett came up big, got that damn thing, and we ended up scoring on that drive. I think we ended up getting three out of that drive, and I'd have to go back and really go look at the film to really see a couple of other things. But these guys, were doing their damnedest in the return game today. They were doing everything that they could do, and it gave us, all the it gave us everything that the offense needed to go out and be in proper position to go ahead and put points on the board. And the red zone defense sucks right now. It sucks big time, and there's no reason that this team should be in situations like that. Another positive I can definitely say was the run game. The run game was positive today. Alfred Blue broke off some nice runs. Lamar Miller was fighting like he knew his job was on the line. He heard all these people talking about trade him, do this, do that, and Lamar Miller was playing his ass off. He was bowling and running over dudes. When he had situations to catch the ball from Deshaun Watson, he was making all of his opportunities count. And he's just a guy that really needs to be used, and they underutilize this man in this system. They honestly feel that he can't run as much, but honestly, you should really run this ball like 40 times a game. Um, you could give Blue and Lamar Miller 20 carries apiece, and I honestly think that would bode well for both of them. And you mean to tell me that's a major reason why the pass rush got off against us the whole game the way that they did, because Bill O'Brien didn't want to run the ball. He didn't run any play action whatsoever, and when he did run it, it was some bullshit play that really didn't go for much. We just need to save some time and kick the field goal if someone gets tackled at between the one. Yeah, I mean, you might as well. You might as well just go ahead and kick it right off the bat and save the time. That way we can go ahead and just rack up field goal points. Then we might score 30 again. While the game looked empty, I don't know. Jags didn't look good at all, but we have to prepare next week because, yeah, I agree with you totally because, I mean, just because they lost a couple of guys, this game does not mean that other guys on their football team cannot exploit or hurt us. And let's just be real. Doug Marrone is a far better coach than Bill O'Brien has. He's been successful everywhere that he's been when he coached for the Bills and now for the Jaguars. Clowney saved the TV by a dread. Yeah. Yeah, he played very well. He was getting held. Dudes had their arm all over his chest. And I know some people are going to try to end up playing how well Jadeveon Clowney actually played today, but he actually played very well. It was a couple of, he got the half sack with, honestly, he finished off that sack. But Nigel McKinney may have had initial contact, but he finished. So he should be credited with the whole sack. But, I definitely want to say DJ Reader, once again, he played well. J.J. Watt played well. I'm glad he got his 7 sacks now. He's leading the league. And, the secondary as a whole played very well. Kareem Jackson had a good game. J.J. got beat on maybe a play before, but, like, J.J. didn't really give up anything. He was draped. He was all over Kelvin Benjamin. Kelvin Benjamin on that out route that J.J. jumped, it was so lazy and it was so slow. How couldn't you read it? Like, J.J. was off like 10 yards from the jump. He came in, closed in, and took the thing to the house. You know what I'm saying? It's no reason because anybody with any sharper cuts easily makes that catch and possibly turns it upfield for a large gain. So J.J. had he was fortunate enough to be against Kelvin Benjamin in that spot. But Kareem Jackson was probably the starter secondary today. He saved us early on, I want to say, in the second or third quarter. And I want to say it was, what's his name? Zay Jones was in the backfield, and he broke up that pass. He could have intercepted it. He could have had 2 interceptions this game, but I think he was just his body wasn't in the right position to where his hands could have made his eye-hand coordination wasn't proper. So he couldn't make it, and he was riding. He was like, oh, man, damn, I could have caught it. But, nevertheless, we only gave up 3 points and we didn't give up a touchdown in that situation. And thank God for him being in the position that he was, because if he didn't make that play, we easily give up 7. And yeah, Watson, he couldn't hold on to the ball at all. But honestly, I can't really blame him for the foremost, because look at the pressure and look at the blitzes and stuff that these guys were dialing up. A lot of it was relatively simple stunts and things like that, twists, and these guys could not pick it up. But another thing that I can kind of put, like I said earlier, one of the major things I would definitely put on Deshaun Watson was not properly adjusting, identifying the mic, identifying where the blitzes were coming on, and not motioning, Lamar Miller or any other running back that he had to the other side to pick up blitzes. I think if you do that, you give Davenport some help, and you give Deshaun Watson even more help. If you have to take him out of the play, or do some chicken releases or things like that, then that may have helped Deshaun Watson out a whole lot more than it actually did, but it didn't end up going our way. Kaimi Fairbairn was big today. He did his job. Bill O'Brien had a couple of questionable play calls, but we honestly should have scored like 30 points, because it was that play early that DeAndre Hopkins, that flea flicker that he had threw to Lamar Miller, should have went to the house, but I think he overthrew it. He either didn't have his feet set, or he just overthrew the ball. Because if Lamar Miller gets that ball, he easily can make it. He can make old buddy miss and take that in for an easy touchdown. Yeah, but the O line was just putrid. The O line was putrid, and honestly, the only grievance I really had with the defense was when plays were breaking down and they were chasing quarterbacks out of bounds, and and chasing them around when they were trying to extend plays. Is that they gave up a couple of big plays, but lucky for us, the Bills offense had entirely too many penalties, and that actually worked in our favor. Yeah, but Davenport got worked over no matter who was on that side of the football. Nah, people haven't forgot how fast J. Joe is. Yeah, I know they said that on the cast, but real fans of J. Joe haven't forgotten that. Dudes who don't really follow J. Joe and don't really know the success of J. Joe, and the fact that he's definitely been locked down, and you can't be locked down and be 10th all time in pass deflections. That's lockdown. So that a pass deflection is almost as good as a pick. I got the flu right now. I'm sick as hell, man. Hope you get better, bro. Davenport can't handle the bull rush. I think with him it's about leverage, Tenny. If we being real, I think his leverage, he hasn't really learned how to use it to his benefit, and he hasn't really learned how to use his length. But I can't really blame Davenport for any faults that he's had this season, even though he has to clean up and correct a lot of things. Honestly, he hasn't gotten a lot of play at left tackle. You take him out of the first 5 games of playing, first 4 games out of playing left tackle. You bench him 1 week, he doesn't get any NFL experience on top of his season prior. So I'm willing to give him a little bit more time, but when you have guys out there like Martinez Rankin with no NFL experience whatsoever, and you're playing him totally out of position, is unacceptable by the coaching staff. And I will continue to harp on that until they fix that situation, and they continuously do it. Like, why is Senio Kilamedi playing on the left side and Zach Fulton is playing on the right side, when Zach Fulton is a left guard and Senio Kilamedi is a right guard who's better as a run blocker? And it's clear that Zach Fulton is better in pass pro. You see, it's shit like that people don't really pick up on, or care to watch, or care to acknowledge, that goes wrong with this football team on a week in, week out basis. And you think because you did something against Dallas that you can do the same thing again in the following weeks, and that you don't have to make any adjustments against your next opponent. And that's what frustrates me about this football team. I'm tired of us not finishing good drives. You and me both. I'll never forget that Michael Jordan game when he was sick with the flu. Yeah, flu game. If you can only keep Watt or Matthew next season, who would you pick? Well, that's not the case, so I'm not even going to answer that question, because Watt is on the contract and Tyrann will more than likely be resigned, so I'm definitely going to say Honey Badger in that situation. Playing guys out of position, yeah. If you're feeling sick, check out The win Hall of Fame breathing method. Okay. Titans allow more sacks than Mariota had completions. Mariota's been a bust. People had hopes for Mariota because he went 22 for 7 or something like that in his second season. He had a nice little touchdown to ratio, but since then he's been horrible. He was 13 and 15 last season. I don't know what his ratio is now. He does not throw 300 to 400 yard games. He doesn't give your team any will to win. You don't believe when Mariota has the ball that he's going to drive on the field and make sure and ensures the team will win. He's not that type of quarterback. Yeah, I don't think he's. Well, it depends on what you consider a leader. I don't think he's a leader in the traditional sense. I don't think he's a leader like Tom Brady or anybody like that. But I mean, he may be a leader for their team, whatever that consists of. I mean, the Titans are a horrible football team. We tried to tell Titans fans, and they were getting all in they were getting they panic. They thought that they were live 2, 3 weeks ago. Where are the Titans fans now? I was getting texts from Titans fans, and they were talking about, yeah, Wink, I thought you told me Vrabel. I said, nah, bro, wait till bro, you'll find out after week 5. And they found out, and they've been losing 2 weeks in a row. They got dominated today by the Ravens. Derrick Henry, what's he going to do? Oh, he's done nothing the entire season. Corey Davis, he has 1 or 2 games where he's actually shown something. He's done nothing. Delaney Walker's gone. You can't depend on him. The defense is okay. And we told y'all not to panic. We told y'all, bro, do not worry. Mike Vrabel will show himself. He will show himself soon enough. And at the end of the day, Marcus Mariota is the quarterback. You can't depend on him to stay on the field or make plays when he's on the field. Astros cold, what they do? They must have scored. Astros tied it up just that quick, huh? See? That's crazy. Yeah, we was telling boys not to panic, bro. I was never worried about the Titans. The Titans got that little win. Yeah, they got that little win against us. It was only by 3 points. Whatever was whatever. We'll see. Can they beat us in Houston? We'll see. And at the end of the day, what are their next 3 games going to end up looking like? Because they just had 3 games and they just went up 3 games and they're 3-3 just like we are. So they can't really sit here and say that they're a phenomenal football team and that and guys like Sports Fan Entertainment can't even sit there and pump this team up and act like they're the dudes. I mean, they're leading the division only because even with us, even with them losing this game, even with the Jags losing, and even with us winning 2 games in a row, they're going to be up because they beat us and they beat the Jaguars. They haven't faced the coach yet, and if they lose to the Colts, then that's going to tell me everything I need to know about. Honestly, the Colts can beat them. I'm not going to front. The Colts can beat the Titans, but we'll see. Hopefully that ends up happening because when they have to come to H-Town, I'm pretty sure we'll beat them when the time comes. My cousin told me Saltwater put a towel over my head, 40-7. That's crazy. Gave up 42 to a rookie. Who? Who did this, Wise? Poor coach. You talking about Sam Darnold? Oh yeah, he had a field day. I had to sip syrup and slow my inhale to shallow draws. Who leads the division? AFC South. Oh yeah, I already answered that question. I'm tired of noon games, to be honest. I mean, I don't understand why. I mean, that's just the situation we in. We don't make the schedule, and the team didn't play well enough to be on prime time this season. So I think you're just gonna have to suck that up. You got to win better. Exactly. We're not in a situation. We're winning horrible. We're winning to where dudes don't even really like. We're winning games. We're winning them ugly, and when people know that we have phenomenal talent on both sides of the ball, but we're not executing. So when you're not executing, how can you be taken seriously? And why would people want to see you in the slot when you have inept offenses? I mean, come on. I mean, it is what it is. We still haven't played a complete football game as a team. Nope. I mean, we did. We were playing a complete football game when it came to the first half of the Cowboys game, the first half of the Colts game, and then that went to shit. We were playing a complete football game today in the first quarter, but that went to shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You never know with this football team. You just don't know. You never know. Me too, Tenny. I almost died with asthma as a kid. They told me not to smoke, but I'm stubborn. Oh man. Me too, H train. We need an OC. Yeah, yeah, we do. I'm not comfortable with. Honestly, I think he O'Brien has clearly overthought his play calls, and he's honestly not even calling the same type of plays that he was using. I mean, he may be calling some formations, but he's not even calling the play action play that he would use. That play action play that he would use in the red zone last year, where he would pull the ball in and then he would throw the slant to Hopkins. He hasn't done that play all year. You know what I'm saying? He's not. He's doing stupid stuff like having Kiki. You think because he got one play the week before that he can do it again? Like other dudes don't watch film. And this is one of the things about this football team that you get sick of because Bill O'Brien does try to get cute at all times, and he really needs to get over himself and realize he is not a phenomenal play caller. If he was, why would you be 31st in the league when it comes to the red zone? I mean, so I knew that would happen. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense to me. But these are some of my post game thoughts. I mean, I'm gonna probably end up making another video probably tomorrow and give another breakdown. It probably won't be a live stream, probably just be a regular video where you guys can go ahead and get in the comment section and chime on in. But I appreciate everybody that came through the stream tonight. Appreciate everybody that came on South Sports. Make sure you follow everybody on the round table. Wise, Breaking News, Braylon, Tenny, Ray, Darren, Scrooston, Honcho, of course. Everybody, man. We appreciate everything that you guys do. We put in hard work for you guys, and it's very easy to do what we do, but it's not always easy on Sundays to talk about this football team when they give us performances like this. We want to be able to talk positive about this football team and not be a hindrance and not talk about what should be happening. We all know what should be happening when we give our predictions early on in the week and then they don't perform when it's easy to see what the other team's deficiencies are. I don't need to be a head coach to know where another team is weak at. So with that, you guys can go ahead and help us out. Make sure that you guys tell a friend, let them know about Soft Sports. Share these videos on any of your social medias. We appreciate you guys coming through. Welcome to Third Coast Sports TV. I'm your host, Wink. I'm signing off. Peace.